Hello, welcome back to our Pathfinder 2nd Edition campaign, session 65. How's everyone doing?
Pretty
Good, thank you.
good.
Good thing I've been ill this week, but I was just a cold and it's sort of on its way out, so that's good.
Nice. Well, hopefully we don't get it either.
Yeah.
Over the call.
Don't want to give you a computer virus.
Nice.
Yeah. Nice.
Sorry.
Well,
I'll try and mute myself if I have to.
okay.
Dying.
Cool. Well, we might as well just get started then if everyone's ready.
Yeah.
So, last we left off, you had just arrived in the city of Kakaret, the underground hidden Azera city, in which you met Tadao from the tribe of Kiyome. After traversing through the mountains of Adana, past Mount Cider, where you noticed that there was a large excavation or some sort of archaeological dig that was happening, in which thousands and thousands of what seemed like prisoners of war were being forced to dig away at the foundations. So, speaking to Vance, you decided we'll come back to this later. Hopefully, they don't find some way of getting to Shad's tomb. So you made your way to the city of Kakaret, where you've just arrived, and you are being led through. So, emerging into the heart of Kakaret, you find yourself in a vast underground cavern, illuminated by hundreds of lanterns. Their warm glow reflecting off the polished stone walls around you. You see further down the cavern into the main part of the city that it looks like a marvel of architecture and artistry, with buildings crafted from bamboo and wood, adorned with intricate carvings and painted screens. Each structure has kind of a sort of traditional Azera design, from the sweeping curves of the pagoda roofs to the delicate paper windows. Further down the cavern, you can just in the distance see, as it gets deeper and deeper into the earth, the beginnings of also a large slums where the kind of poorer Azera live further down, jam-packed amongst themselves. But up in this part, the streets are lined with vibrant kind of cherry blossom trees. A little bit of sunlight manages to come through like the cracks on the top. There's like a sort of ravine roof that goes higher up into the mountains, inaccessible by foot, but allows just enough light down here to support the growth of some trees. And their petals sort of drift gently to the ground around you. You see Azera of all ages moving gracefully through the city. Their fox-like features, sharp eyes, pointed ears, and bushy tails are complemented by their kimonos. The fabric of their garments shimmers with a kind of otherworldly light. There's a sort of an air of magic around them as they walk around. So as you walk through the bustling main street, there's a kind of a market going on. There's stalls brimming with a variety of goods. You see artisans crafting delicate pottery and intricate woodwork, while merchants offer an array of exotic spices, herbs, teas, and silks. You smell freshly prepared takoyaki and dango, wafting through the air, drawing you past a lively food stall where an elderly Azera woman deftly flips the savoury snacks. She prepares them. As you sort of innately kind of get drawn towards that, the guards quickly hurry you along towards the palace.
Rude.
I whisper, I'll be back for your tasty snacks.
The centre of Kakaret, as you sort of reach the centre, is dominated by the Grand Palace. You notice its elegant towers reaching towards the cavern's ceiling. This is the seat of the council, where each tribe has their say in the running of the city. Surrounding the palace are sort of small little gardens. Where am I which are meticulously tended and filled with rare and magical plants, some of which emitting a soft bioluminescent glow. Despite the city's beauty and tranquility, you notice that there's kind of an undercurrent of vigilance. The Azira are acutely aware of the need to protect their hidden sanctuary, and they all kind of glare at you with an air of suspicion. Guards, clad in ceremonial armor, their heads and helmets adorned with fox masks, patrol the boundaries of the city. Kind of fox masks and a kind of almost like samurai style, you know how they do the sort of almost demon faces, but with foxes. They're ever watchful for intruders. And as you get closer and closer to the city, those who are magically inclined can feel a powerful magic emanating from the walls of the palace itself. It seems to hum with some sort of protective energy. So the guards walk you through to the palace's central doorway, which reveals a grand stone hall built into the rock. Hundreds of Azira are standing around, eating, idling, looking at the statues which line the external walls of the room. Most of the statues are broken and half recognizable Kitsune heroes of old, but one large statue, which is built more recently, it seems, looms in the center. Cyan, if you want to, and maybe Hanera, if you want to do a society check. Much harder for Hanera.
Okay, let me just get my thing up.
Would it be anything to do with the Sayonara?
Maybe.
Okay.
If you want to do a Sayonara skill, Lord.
Well, my society. I'm just gonna do it because I never get to roll it. 23.
Yeah, neither of you recognize who this is, but it seems to be a very influential figure to the Azira. And this statue doesn't seem to be more than maybe 10, 20 years old.
Is it an Azira in the statue?
Yes, in the main statue in the hallway.
Okay, cool.
But carrying on, passing through an interior set of stone doors, you're promptly moved into a circular council chamber where people, Azira, stand around the outside wall watching the meeting take place. In the center of the room, there's a kind of circular table where a number of Azira councillors sit around discussing, debating. But as you approach, a silence fills the room, and the eyes of the councillors draw your way. Cyan, you see seated on the circular table, sort of almost on the far side, is your father, Kaphos, who smiles as you approach.
I smile back.
What is the meaning of this? A large, stocky Azira wearing a red kimono says, his voice booming across the hall. A number of the councillors murmur amongst themselves. He says, he says, Kaphos, you seem to recognize them. Kaphos,
is this another language?
No, you can understand it.
Okay.
But Vance sort of passively translates around you. So.
Okay.
That's cool. Kaphos, Cyan's father, stands up. You recognize him from your time at Farfen, briefly. Kind of looking maybe a bit grey, a bit old, a bit tired. He's got sort of almost like tired bags under his eyes. He sort of fluffs up his kimono a little bit and just pats himself down as he stands and bows to the council. He says, Kazuhiro, this is my son Cyan and his friends. I am sure you remember my warning that this could potentially happen. Kazuhiro says, you said foreigners from the human lands. I did not expect an elf to step foot in this place. Kaphos turns to you all and bows to you, each of you. They helped the people of the tribe of Darren. Councillor Kin will attest to that. And you see in the also in the council chambers an old Azira in a yellow kimono near Kaphos, nods half sleepily from his chair. He's got like a long mustache and beard kind of combo that sort of droops onto his lap as he sits. He says, I have spoken to the new settlers from Farfen that Kaphos speaks of. They arrived with him a month ago. Kaphos tells the truth. And Kazuhiro scoffs and leans back on his chair. Please, visitors, introduce yourselves then. Why have you come to our sacred home?
I look at Cyan.
Yeah, just,
I
just
kinda
sort of
push
give him
him
like give him like a little nudge in the back.
I am Cyan of Tribe Ian. These are my friends Hanera, the Henning, Cascus, and Calcifer, and Hank. Is Hank in the shield right now, or is he out?
I don't think I mentioned recalling him.
Brilliant.
It's fine. They don't mind dogs here. It seems they're not too fussed about it. Continue, Sam.
I come here because, well, there is much to discuss. I know far more than most, of course, your anxieties and your fears. For I know more than most the pain and suffering that can come with being found. 5 years ago, an elven high lord, Duranda Ignis, while hunting a gully beast, found the home of my tribe, led by Eruthros. He inflicted upon us every humiliation, every pain, and when he was done, he slaughtered us like animals and took the rest as prisoners. To my knowledge, the only survivors who weren't carted away are myself and my father, who sits on this council. I had to spend 5 years wearing the face of an elf who participated in the attack, accompanied only by my dearest friend, Nyx, never changing until I felt more like the elf than the Azira I truly am. Fortunately, I did find friends, those who see with me, people I care deeply about, people who have saved my life, on many an occasion, even after knowing what I truly am. And, more useful to you, I made allies. To protect myself and the lives of my friends, I was forced to cast off my disguise, and in so doing, met Isolde, a kind-hearted elf and wise woman among the Savas. I'd also discovered that my father still lives, and found him surviving within a dying community, which I'm eternally grateful for their hospitality. I come before you now as someone who brings the very thing we Azira fear most, the fear of discovery. But I also bring hope and a potential for growth, for a future. I've come forward to present some proposals.
Well, Kazuhiro sits back and says, "We have all suffered loss at the hands of the elves. You're not the only one. Let's carry on. What proposals?"
Proposal the first. South of the Cape are the holdings of merchant Prince Kutaban. Port Edron, where me and my friends have begun investigating millions into creating a settlement independent of their governance. It is a place where I hope to see my people thrive in their own skins, A place where those of us who are brave can interact with and make friends with those of other cultures, enrich ourselves in trading with them and bringing our own culture to them, learning their ways, their histories, celebrate and exist alongside them as friends. There is, of course, work to be done, including a potential for us to use our gifts for good. And second proposal I bring towards you is that nearby, Adenira sits on the coast. A sprawling city home to the greatest navy in Akate. It's my desire to go there, liberate the people that Duranda Ignis has stolen, possibly my own mother, from that place, as well as eliminate Duranda Ignis himself. I cannot do this alone, and so any aid this noble council can offer would be greatly appreciated.
And Azira sitting, who has sort of been sat back listening, wearing a blue kimono. He has a kind of almost quite lean appearance. Looks fairly athletic. Maybe that he's very quick. He sits forward. He's maybe in his middle age. It's quite hard to tell. And he says, "The council makes it very clear to anyone living in this city that they are welcome to live anywhere they like. We do not care to get in the way if you wish to invite Azira to your own city, but many people here like the freedom and the protection that this place offers. I won't stand in the way of something like that." Kazuhiro sits forward, the stocky red Azira. He says, "We've barely got enough resources to defend our own city. We can't afford any on this Selvan conflict. The tribe of Kishi will be voting no to any proposals." Kafos sits forward and says, "Councillors, how about we reorganize a meeting for tomorrow? Let me speak to my son, and we can see what we can do. Any opposition?" And all the councillors sort of shake their head, and they all say second. Kazuhiro sits forward and bangs a gavel on the table, sort of more like a little hammer, I guess. And the councillors start to get up as a murmur of people talking amongst themselves, watching around the room, the room starts to clear after a moment. And Kafos approaches you and just pulls you all off to the side.
I give him a hug.
Cyan, Venale, Oros. It's been so long.
It has. Yes.
So, you did come here as soon as you could, then? I thought I wouldn't see you for another year or so.
We did have a lot to do, but yeah, I wanted to get a move on with what needs to be done quickly.
Yes, well, I understand. Why don't you? I've spoken to a couple of the councillors when I heard that you were approaching. They won't stand in all of your ways to come here. They've heard of what you've done, and they are grateful, despite how they act. How about you come with me? I can introduce you to the rest of the tribe, all of you.
Which
You can always.
the colours is Kathos from? Just wait. Just
Kaphos is from the tribe of Aeon.
and so this the black stealthy ones.
Yeah, so yeah, he's kind of wearing like a
Okay.
black kimono,
Yeah.
like with a red sash around his waist.
Mm-hmm.
The council chambers begins to clear out, and Kaphos sort of walks you out the main palace doors, down towards the market. He says, "What do you think of our city? It's a glorious place, isn't it?"
Cascus wasn't too sure when we were on the way here that it would be as grand as it is.
Well,
I heard.
that was before I saw. It was all just mountainous past the time. I admit there is a certain charm to it.
After the resettlement, I mean, I hadn't ever come here before until just now. The resettlement has only been going on for a short while. But now, and finally, all the tribes have returned. It feels like we can finally start making some good progress in unifying the Azira.
I do not. I felt that there was a opposition in the council to Cyan's point around the fact that they could all be a lot safer if they're far away from these elves.
It's tradition, unfortunately. This is our sacred home, and a lot has gone into rebuilding it. It lay abandoned for a few thousand years.
I can understand this. We did lose our original home, and the Azira have never forgiven the elves since.
Understandable. Where is your original home?
That's lost to history, I believe. We did have a grand city until Eretzar attacked.
Well, Kaphos says, this is something I did want to speak to you about. This city, the foundations of this city has been around for as long as the Azira have. But our original city, we still have not found, where the Azira used to rule from. King Otorin, who was the last king of the Azira, when he died, the grand city originally was lost to time after his councillors fought amongst themselves for the succession. Then we broke up into tribes. So about 100 years ago, there was a warrior named Kamon who found this city. And it was the first step for us to find the way back to our original home. There's somewhere in this city, it's said, that is the Otorin's treasure, which I wanted to speak to you about, but let's just get back first. So he takes you through the market. Let me just show you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just like put these in the thing, so you can just freely skip amongst them. That should be there. As you walk through the market, it sort of progressively gets darker and darker as you go deeper and deeper into the earth. There's like a sort of small underground stream running through the market here, where the occasional boat with an Azira fishing on there. You see an Azira pull up on the fishing rod a sort of glowing kind of almost like some sort of cave fish, like an anglerfish or something. And put it in a bag, ready to cook later. He takes you through to the slums, where is the darkest part of Kakarot.
I do not have any token with vision.
Yeah. That's how dark it is.
Yeah, it's just pitch black.
And he takes you into a kind of large, like sort of greeting house made of bamboo and sticks and rocks, sort of piled on top of each other. Paper screens sort of give an air of privacy around here, and there are still lanterns. But the lanterns they're not necessarily like candles. There's like little like insects or bugs in there that are glowing. That's giving off light. He sits down and he just speaks to someone for a moment who comes in, like a young Azira girl. And she scurries off before coming back with a couple of pots of tea. As you sit down on the spacious wooden floor. Kafos offers you tea one by one.
I take it.
He sort of pours it out into little tiny cups that you sort of cup between your hands. It's got the smell of sort of almost like cardamom and lavender to the liquid. So he says, so whilst this city is important for the survival of our people and the reunification, as you can tell, it's a bit overcrowded.
It was never intended for this purpose.
From what we can tell, this was originally an external sort of watch post that High King Otorin used just to keep an eye on the mountain passes. The true city is somewhere within the underdepths below. When the council was formed, when Kaimon started to reunite the tribes, there was a disagreement about how the new High King would be found. There's obviously it's impossible to tell who's in the line of succession nowadays, if there ever was one. But the council did agree that if anyone was to find High King Otorin's sword, which was lost in the battle, they would be the High King. I have a theory that it's not instead of him losing it, he in fact kept it in his hoard, which, if I'm right, is somewhere below this city.
You want us to go get it?
It's not necessarily about you getting it, it's incredibly dangerous. The council needs to okay an expedition. I think I can get enough votes, but if they think there's any legitimate chance of any of you getting it, they'll vote against it.
Especially a non-Azira.
Exactly. But think about what we could do if we managed to find it. It's not just the sword. It's not just unifying the tribes finally. It's whatever treasure lies below. It could absolutely rejuvenate our people and give them the freedom to start helping others and start involving themselves more widely in Adonar's politics.
We just need to... Problem is, not many Azira would be fond of that notion. Depending on who finds it, it could be catastrophic. We could have people who are more comfortable isolating the Azira find it.
The issue is the council have become hostile to really sending expeditions these days. I think after Kaimon, I mean, the founder, the resettler and the original founder again of this city, 50 years ago he vanished down in the underdepths, looking for the Horde. But he never came back. And many who tried to find his body and tried to find where he went, they also disappeared. So the council these days have almost given up, I think, on finding it. It suits them better anyway. They like the power they have. They wouldn't like being ruled over or having to be beholden to their word. I suppose.
Then I don't think we would get anywhere by trying to get them to agree to this.
What are you suggesting?
The moment any of them hear about it, if they enjoy the power so much, they would say one thing and then do another. I think we have to go behind their backs. We are Tribe Iron, after all. It's not really in our nature to do things right in front of people.
There's a knock on the door, and Kafos gets up and goes over and slides the screen door open. And rushing in is a young Azira wearing Darren robes, who rushes up and gives you a hug, Sire, and then the rest of you. You recognize him as Kaisu.
Is he the one that went to hunt the Onikuma?
Yeah. Oh, you're back. Yeah. He goes to kick you. Do you want to do a reflex?
Nimble dodge.
Nimble dodge, yeah. Do a reflex save for me.
Reflex save. Okay.
Yeah, you instinctively dodge out the way of his high kick as he spins around and sort of kicks a little lantern. It just almost like half falls off its hinges and starts waving around the room wildly. Kafos says,
I just kind of hold it still.
Kafos says, Kaisu, what did we say about using your strength? And then Kaisu says, in defense only, I'm sorry.
It's okay. He was just excited.
It's good to see you.
It's good to see you as well. Been hunting any bears lately?
No, there's no bears around here, and they won't let me go into the Underdepths either. I feel like there's nothing to explore here. They won't even let me into the forge. I want to see the forge.
Why do you want to see the forge? That's just where they make things.
Oh, it's cool though. I saw through the door. It's like a big. Oh, I don't even know how to describe it. Lots of molten stuff.
Yeah.
I want to throw some water in there, see what happens.
Kaisu, please be careful.
Kafos sort of starts nudging Kaisu out of the door.
We've
and
had this
says,
conversation before.
We're busy, Kaisu. They'll have time to visit you. All right, go back to your parents now. And Kaisu says, "Okay, I will see you soon."
See you. I like that kid.
Kafos runs back and sits back down. Well, the only way out of the city to the Underdepths, you have to go through the gate, the lower gate, which means that we would have to still get it open somehow, and you'd have to sneak through. But listen, it's not as it's nothing that's necessarily need you for. I was planning on expedition anyway. I wasn't expecting you to visit.
Well,
I've got the tribe of Darren on side, so it's us and Darren. Focus and stealth. I think we should be good.
But there are more than 2 tribes. How many votes do you need?
Oh well, if we were going to bypass the council, we can probably work with just 2.
Very well.
But listen, I'm just blabbing here. I mean, chances of us actually finding anything is dangerous down there. You could get injured.
That's what we do for a job.
Have a
That's
think
how we
about
make
it.
our
Huh?
living.
At least have a think about it. There's no immediate rush, but I feel like the council are going to be perpetually in gridlock unless something gets sorted on this front. The tribe of oh, go on.
Are there other options other than this sword that could perhaps solve the problem?
Well, if you were to find a Torin's horde or a remnant of the old city below the caverns, that could get the ball rolling on them really wanting to explore it more. We don't have to find the sword, just anything to reinvigorate the council into actually wanting to do something with this place.
Okay.
But otherwise, each of the tribes are sort of, I guess, sinking more and more into their own self-interest rather than the interest of the Azera. If Kamon was here, I'm sure he would be upset about that.
What else do you know about Kamon? What tribe did he belong to?
Let me just have a look at my notes. Kamon came from the tribe of Kazuhiro. But he stumbled across this place by accident whilst traversing the mountains. Using the ancient moon teleports, he found this place and made it his life's mission to bring the tribes back. Tribe of Kishi, sorry. Not Tribe of Kazuhiro. Tribe of Kishi. Kazuhiro is obviously the current councillor for them. But yes, I have some lead. The only things I have are leads towards the potential of the Undercity, wherever that is.
Who holds the key to the gate?
Each of the councillors have a key. That's not an issue. It's getting the gate open. It requires quite a lot of strength. You need a few people at least, I'm sure.
I look at Calcifer.
Yeah, give it a try. I got some help. I just point over to Hank.
Is the gates made of wood, or is it gaps in it?
It's
I'm
made
going
of
to look-
stone.
I'm gonna look at Cascus and I'm gonna go, we're not burning the gate.
No, I was not thinking that. I was thinking you could like go in a bag of holding, throw through a gap in it, and then everyone pop out again.
Is it?
No, the gates was designed to keep various creatures that exist in the tunnels beneath out.
Is it a push or
This
a
is very
pull?
strong.
Or a lift?
It's a lever. It's kind of a lever system, I guess. You'll have to push sort of rotating pushing thing
Right, a winch.
to lift it up. Yeah, a winch. That's the word.
Oh, easy then.
And it's not technically against the rules to just leave, but you will draw attention, and it could cause a fuss. But listen. You're welcome to stay here as long as you like, of course. The council won't bother you whilst you're here. So if you wish to just visit and then go, you are welcome to.
We shall discuss.
Very well. There's some spaces for you to sleep just down the hallway. You'll have some privacy there.
Cheers.
Thank you.
He stands up and bows. If you need me, I'll be just working in the office. Have a good night, all of you.
And you.
You too.
He
Good
slinks
night.
out.
Oh, by the way,
Yes?
you lot, are you lot aware of the whole, like the army amassed a little whiles away, trying to dig into the mountain?
The what? The armies?
Yeah, they're trying to.
We try and stay as far out of the elves' business as possible. Yeah.
I just figured because they're pretty nearby, it might be something you lot want to keep an eye on.
I will do that. Perhaps I'll organize a scouting party.
Hard to miss.
Thank you. He goes to the office. So you've got some freedom for the night. You can do what you want.
Is there like any furniture in this room we've been dropped in, or anything?
So the current room that you're in at the moment has just got sort of like a few sort of kneeling pillows and like a low table. But it's wooden floors otherwise, with kind of bare walls that have those kind of like paper screens on them, and like a couple of lanterns. But further down the hallway, there's a sliding door which leads down the hallway, which has kind of bedrolls, like a small side desk and table, like some makeup drawers and stuff. But other than that, the streets outside seem fairly calm. Just despite it being a slum, people seem to be, mostly quite cheerful, not necessarily like fighting amongst each other. Quite a lot of the people here seem to be from the tribe of Aeon, in this part anyway.
We're most at home in slums. Best out of sight, out of mind.
Right. What are we doing here then?
I would like to go shopping.
I don't think they have shops, do they?
No, they had the market as we came in.
Don't they just like? I don't know. They seem like they just kind of give stuff away.
Oh yeah. I would like to go gathering.
You might have to, it's kind of like a you do something for me, I do something for you thing, or like a bartering.
Yeah, I have lots of interesting items. I'm no Jolene, but I'm sure I can rustle something up. Anyway, I would like to have a look. Maybe not now. If we're allowed out of the slums, right?
Yeah, you can explore anywhere you want. There's places you can go and explore. I am just gonna make these available for you all.
Nice.
And if you want to go anywhere else, just let me know.
We should probably discuss what Father was speaking of before we do anything like that.
Yeah.
Figure out our business here.
I mean, what do you reckon? Is that something that you reckon's worth doing? And who would be, the one that found the sword? Is it you? Is it your dad?
I don't want our. And I don't think Dad does either. Any of you grabbed it, there'd probably be a civil war over it. Especially Hanera.
I mean, yeah, alright. But, what would happen if I grabbed it?
Well, you would be an elf, the daughter of a High Lord. After the elves destroyed our previous city.
Yeah.
Claiming dominion over my people.
I would say, you snooze, you lose, suckers, and I'd run away. No, I wouldn't do that.
Wait, what? Maybe we get it. We walk into that room, we turn around, and just go, like, you know how like at a wedding, someone throws the bouquet.
But if we throw the sword, we might stab someone by mistake.
Why don't we give it to the little guy?
Oh,
I
kid.
still
The kid.
no, absolutely not.
Ah,
It seems like a good kid.
yeah, he's nice.
He's also a kid and reckless, and he tried hunting a massive bear spirit on his own,
And live
then
to tell the tale.
Yeah.
because me and Henning showed up.
You were brave.
I think we all showed up eventually.
Well, we were there first.
We saved the bear, and then you showed up.
The conversations about a sword are superfluous. We do not have this sword, nor do we even know if it exists.
But we should. I do think we should at least look for the city.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, delving into old dangerous depths or whatever, and finding lost treasures seems pretty right up our alley.
Yes, I was going to say I could add it to my collection of very powerful items that I have found deep beneath the surface of the earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or maybe we could just each collect one. I think we should just find someone who's gonna have it first. Who wants it? And bring them with us.
I fear if we start talking to people and trying to find the right people, in about 2 hours, everyone in the city will know that we are having some harebrained scheme to go into a under depths that no one has able to even get into properly and find something that we do not nobody knows exists. I do not know if it's a good idea.
If I find the sword, that can guarantee the aid of the Azira in the conflict.
Do you want to expose other people? Many will die.
You're forgetting the best tool at our disposal. It can be anyone you wish to. When I speak of involving them in the conflict, I'm not speaking as soldiers, I'm speaking as spies.
Curious.
Cyan, well, and a few of you hear like a rustling coming from near window outside, and I guess Cyan, being the closest, you poke your head out and you see Kaisu, sort of in a bush outside the window, just sort of eavesdropping.
Kind of Gandalf style, I'm just gonna grab him and just kind of bring him in.
Okay, yeah, that's no problem. He just sort of, you pull him through the window. He says, what was that for?
Eavesdropping is rude. Are you sure you're not Ian?
It's more fun down here than up at the pagoda.
How long were you
know.
listening?
Say you were going to go into the underdepths.
Yes.
Oh, I'll come.
No.
Yeah!
No.
Oh, why not? Come on, I'm old enough. I can do things.
How
How old are you again?
I am 14.
Oh,
No.
Right. Look, tell you what. If you can take one full maximum power hit from
No.
Henning,
Yeah.
No.
80 damage.
No.
then you can
You will
come with
kill
us.
the child.
Can I do it with my sword?
Yeah, I'll do it. Go on.
No.
I can take it.
No. No.
Now, you didn't
No.
specify what I can hit. Did you?
I mean, I was thinking.
and
about-
not hitting a child.
I mean, the joke was you were gonna like spell strike him with your with like a
Oh, right,
shocking
yes,
grasp or
yeah.
something. And,
Oh, that's 100% what was going to
yeah,
happen.
yeah, and
No,
So
no,
maybe we should.
Come on, I can take it.
no, you can't. Trust
Chain
me.
lightning.
I've seen
wait,
him
no,
kill
wait, no.
things. I have seen him kill things with this. No.
Okay. How old is 14 in your... How long do you usually live?
16.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
God.
have-
Got 3 years
I
left.
have been on his deathbed this whole time.
I don't know, 60?
No.
So you are basically an adult.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
alright.
Hey,
Do they actually live to about 60, or is that just he thinks that 60 is like ancient because he's a child?
It's unclear.
I would know. I
Yeah.
believe. How long do we live?
Yeah, it's about the same. Maybe a little bit less than humans, but about the same. So
But I gather the whole thing is he's not considered a man yet.
well, I would have been if you let me defeat the Onakuma.
I'd be a dead
That-
man.
The bear was sick, and you hunted it on your own.
Yeah.
You were trapped up somewhere, and it was going to eat you.
That's fine. I would have been okay. Listen, all right. I want to go to the Underdark
Why?
because I've heard so much cool stuff about it. There's like
No, no.
What have you
Why
heard?
There's
do you
loads of
actually
cool
want to
stuff.
go?
because there's cool stuff down there.
What have you heard?
I heard. Okay, well, it all started when my mate Kahaku came back from the mining area, and he had found a purple gem in the mine, and we overheard that the miners found a little crack which went into a cavern, which they thought maybe went into the Underdark, but it ended with a stream, so they couldn't get any further. But he brought back this really cool purple gem. I want to get one.
What about if we find a cool gem, we'll just bring it back for you?
No, I want to get it myself.
Hang on.
Do you know?
I'm old enough to do things.
Do you know
The
if there's
mining-
any? Do you know if there's any mithril down there?
Oh yeah, I mean they mine it here. Yeah.
Oh.
When you say the mining area, do you mean the mining area here,
Yeah.
not the gate?
No.
So there might be another way in.
Well,
Oh
how
yeah,
big-
you'll need to bring a boat or something because there is a stream. But yeah, I mean, you just got to get through the mines, and I could show you.
How far away is a walk is it between Bearsden and the place?
About 100 miles.
So quite.
It's probably
far.
longer because you're going across mountains as well.
Yeah, so it's. I mean, clearly, in some way, it's probably connected, but it's not. You know.
Yeah, there's probably like underdark passages and tunnels that connect all these places.
Mm.
Deep, but if you go deep enough.
Yeah.
People go missing, Kaisu. I don't want your death on my conscience.
Yeah, I survived the last thing when there was that witch. Well, make a persuasion check.
Okay. Diplomacy, you mean?
Yeah, it's diplomacy. Sorry.
$27.
He says, "You really won't let me come with you?"
I don't have a problem with it.
Can we
Henning.
can we actually try and like assess his capabilities? Is he obviously just kind of shit, or is he maybe better than we might think?
We could do like a recall knowledge check maybe on him.
He's not. He's definitely not as powerful as you guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's like,
But
is
we
that
can
is that
level them
like
up.
Is that like level -1 or like level 5?
Make an intelligence check.
Intelligence.
Won't just be recall knowledge.
Yeah, you can do recall knowledge.
What skill?
Society.
Okay, I'm not amazing at that.
I can do it if you want.
I got 24.
You can aid if you want. So the Azura are trained in martial arts, especially the tribe of Darren. They're trained in martial arts from a young age. So he's probably got like 8 years of martial arts training in him. Obviously, like being trained basically since he could walk.
Level 8 monk. No, I'm joking. Yeah, I feel like that'd be fine.
But he's obviously not as powerful as you guys. He also doesn't have the equipment that you people do as well. Like he would obviously, like, if he came with you, the chances of him getting injured might be high if it's particularly dangerous.
And he's
But
been
he
taught
also is
about
really,
how-
really, really keen on coming.
I thought we could just go in with him, and then show him around a bit, and then bring him back. Was what I was
How
thinking.
good-
Or we could do that when we get back.
How good are you at running away?
I would say.
Oh, I can run away. I can run towards and away and sideways.
How
So
about
if we tell you to hang on. If we tell you to run away, you'll listen and you'll run away.
Well, it depends if you're in trouble or not, because
No,
I'm not
no,
going to
no,
run away
no.
if you're in trouble.
Well, no. The point being is, if we tell you to do something, are you going to do it?
If you let me come, I will. Yeah, I'll do whatever you say.
I think that's. I
Is he
think that's
holding
fair.
his? Is he
How
holding his
about-
fingers behind his back?
make a perception check.
Hold on.
How about we go in first, and then bring you?
He looks
So-
like he's being completely honest. He says, I just want to see the I want to come with you. I want to find treasure. I want to explore.
I think it'll be fine.
I don't think so. I think we should go in first, and then when we know where is safe, then you can come along.
Why don't we take a vote?
How about this?
I do not think a child's safety should be down to a vote.
How about this? He takes 3 swings at
not?
me. If he can land a scratch, he can come along.
And then
but
we
after
can
we-
hit them back and see if they can take it.
No.
I-
Why are you so keen on hitting a child?
I don't know.
I do
Funny.
think it would be a good idea to have a little scout around to make sure there's nothing, very dangerous lurking at the entrance.
I think it's probably worth noting as well, right? If
I
you're going
think
down there, you're
we're-
probably going to want to have someone that actually knows the way around there, and they're
Well, it
probably
also
not
might
going to
be
be
a
very.
Yeah.
Keen
Well, it
on
might
this.
also be you'll probably end up wanting to bring either Kafos with you, who knows the most about where he wants to go, or someone else from the tribe of Aeon. But also, like, it might be a multiple day trek. Like you're not just going to be in and out, quick adventure. It might be like a week there and back.
I think we should take Kafos. Because, partly, what if he finds it? We would be entrusting the future of Azira society to a 14-year-old.
Well, the council people might like it. They might see it as an opportunity to, protect the realm until he comes of age.
And then we wind up with the exact same problem that we've got now.
Perhaps it is a possibility.
Yeah, I mean, you saw what happened with the Padron.
Yeah, and that's going so well.
Can we not just hire somebody to help us traverse the depths? I do not see why it has to be this little boy. Kind of looks at him while he says it.
Or we can save our money and bring my father.
But what if your father dies?
That would be a problem.
What if this child dies? What if we
That's less of
die?
a problem than your father dying.
What I'm saying is that a hired blade is much less valuable to us than somebody we know, a family, or a child who we for some reason care about.
And to be fair, the weaker they are, the easier they are to bring back.
Exactly.
Just putting that out there.
We can just put them in,
No.
why don't we put them in the bag of holding for safekeeping? And then
Where
take
they
them
can
out when we find
suffocate.
something cool. Not that let them come up for air occasionally.
Henning.
We could carry them around with like their heads sticking out of the top.
There is plenty
And
of
then-
room.
Exactly.
You have so many problems that I think a therapist could sustain their entire career off of the things you say alone.
Hey, you try dying and then coming back to life and being completely normal.
I don't think it would make me so prone to endanger a child and be so eager to hit said child or to have
Not
this
actually a
child.
child.
Okay.
Again, Azira reached sexual maturity at 2 years old.
Oh,
That
God.
is that is
that's kinda
that is
Oh no.
that is not correct. That is not correct at all.
Okay.
That's
Who told-
that's what
who
that's what
told
my
you
fox text. Foxes do that, right?
Are you sure you didn't miss a 0? Or
Oh,
a
maybe,
one?
yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, bud. I think you're gonna have to say no this time, but we can always take you down there another time.
Okay.
Tell you what, you could. How deep are these mines? They're like manned and stuff, right?
They go pretty deep. Yeah, you'd probably want to speak to the. That's the tribe of Kishi. They mostly do the stuff in the mines.
Well, maybe you could come with us to the mines, and we can show you something a little special.
Oh my god.
Just looking over to Hanera. If that's
Sounds
ready.
very dodgy.
So, what are you getting at, Gosper?
The ore, the like dragon ore, whatever Lorandon called it.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
All right. He stands up and says, "Oh, well, I really wanted to go.
I
But,
know.
okay, I get it."
We'll tell you all about it when we get back. If we
We'll
even
bring-
go,
Promised?
it's not even decided yet.
Okay.
We'll even
Right.
if we do go, we'll bring you a souvenir.
Hanera's real good at stories.
Oh yeah, I'll write you Iliad.
No, no.
Whoa.
You know, Hanera, if you just call it a story, kids are interested. You call it an Iliad, suddenly their eyes just like glaze over.
It's not just a story, it's a long poem. It's different.
Just
Epic.
know your audience, you know.
Yeah.
You'll have plenty of time for your Iliads when we set up Hanktown.
Oh,
But-
Elves have more time for long stories than Azira do.
this is true.
Yeah, kind of.
Alright, I've got to run.
All right.
Right.
So, just bear with me.
I'm gonna keep
Yes,
an eye out the back window to make sure he doesn't come around the back again.
Kaisu climbs back out the window and begins walking off back to the market, and then later on to the pagoda.
Right. So he's definitely going to
Um,
end up following us down there, isn't he?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Nyx appears. This place, it's cool.
It is cool. I hadn't noticed the temperature, actually. I was too focused on my dad.
Hmm. I am interested in what that magic is on the walls of the palace.
I was about to ask you that actually. What do you make of that?
I don't know. It feels almost like some sort of protection ward or something, but not the magic that I'm used to. Almost like nature magic or something.
Why would there be a protection ward?
I don't know if it's new or not, or whether it's just built into the rock.
Maybe we can have a look before we go. Because it would be pretty funny if this whole time the Horde was under the palace and not actually the Underdepths. That would be quite funny.
Well, that statue is new.
Statue is new.
Well, all the statues in the in the center of the palace were made of the same rock, but the statue was new. It was not part of the same rock at all. It was been placed there not that long ago.
What do you mean by that?
I don't know. It just seems strange to me. But anyway,
You cannot just say something looks strange and then say, anyway, I'm gone.
well, where did they get the
confused
rock
now.
from to make the statue?
I don't know. I made a deal with the elves.
Azira don't do that.
The stone wasn't part of the stone that's in this cavern. It's a different kind of stone. So where did it come from? It's a big block.
Nix, can you like phase through stuff?
It depends what it is, kind of. Yeah.
Would you be able to check if that thing's Olo?
The statue.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to get a bit closer to it, but yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
we
just
can have a
thinking-
look there before we head out.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. There was this story about. They called it a Trojan camel. I don't know what Trojan means, but where they hid something in the humps and then pushed it into a city, gave it to the city as a gift, and well, you can fill in the blanks.
You know, they also have this thing called a hollow statue, which is a universal concept.
Oh, never heard of that one.
So after sort of traveling throughout the day, and coming here, it's probably midday now ish. So you've got the day to do with as you wish.
I'm gonna go up to the statue.
Okay. Are you all going?
Do we know
I will
what
join.
is there a level to this settlement, or is it not following the standard rules?
Oh right. It's I'll say it's level 10.
Cool.
The Azira have like relatively decent technology. All right, so returning back to the council chambers and just having a look at the large statue. As now that Nix has pointed it out, you notice it is a distinctively different kind of rock. It seems to be maybe marble, where the rock is more granite. The other kind of rock, maybe built into the stone. It really, it does kind of look a bit out of sorts. And someone nearby, you just overhear them talking about how the statue is a statue of hang on, of Paimon.
Whom came on?
Paimon, yeah.
Oh, the guy. Okay, yeah.
So is that the guy with the sword?
No, that was Otorin who had the sword. Kaimon is the person who found who found the city.
All right.
Yeah, you sort of overhear from people around that. Or you can ask them if you want information.
So you say found. As in, like, found, or
No,
just
he
found it
so
and moved
like
in?
yeah, like 100 years ago or so, he was trekking. The Azera tribes were split up, and they hadn't been returned to a sort of single place. They were all living all around the place in Adna. And then Kamon found the city here, so like built, but sort of ruined, from being abandoned for a few thousand years. So he started the process of sort of like rebuilding it and getting people to move back, and then about 50 years ago he died, or vanished under the city.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask who built this or had this statue built.
Sure. What's the thing for that? Gather information or something.
I think so, yeah. Alright, what do I need to roll?
That is a do a society check for me,
Okay, I'll add a... Nah, I'll just roll.
or history if you. Okay.
18.
So speaking around. What was your question again? Sorry.
I was asking who had the statue built or who built it.
Oh, I see. The answer you get is from a guard nearby who tells you that it was built by Kazuhiro from the tribe of Kishi in remembrance of Keimon. It's probably built about 40 years ago. Sort of, if you ask any follow-up questions about like the kind of rock it was, they answer that Kazuhiro himself, when he was a younger man, hand carried the block into miles to bring it here, which seems like impossible because it's quite a big statue, and the block it was made from would have been huge. But that's the information you get from it.
Well, is Kazuhiro? Can we ask him like where he brought it from?
You can speak to Kazuhiro if you want, but you have to go find him.
Nick. Sorry.
Yep.
Do you want to have a look inside, see if there's anything in it?
Right. She disappears for a moment, and you see her form sort of like as she flies over to the rock. She sort of sets down on it, and she almost sort of merges in with it, and almost kind of becomes one with the rock. And you see like a little kind of Nyx-shaped lump in the rock, sort of go up for a little bit, then disappear into it.
Oh, like the mummy and the scarab.
Yeah.
Oh, I hate it. Oh.
She appears after a moment again and says, "Yeah, you're right. There is something below it, but I'm not quite sure what it is. I can't get through. Seems to be maybe like a cover or something, like some sort of manhole cover. Is that the word?"
I take it people won't be too pleased if I just start pushing this thing.
Does it look like this can be moved?
It looks bolted down to the floor, so you'd have to unbolt it.
Is it
Right in front of the council building?
Well, so an old Azera walks up to you, and you recognize him as Tadao from the tribe of Kiyomi that you spoke to before when you first came into the city.
He seemed nice.
He says, "You are looking at the tribe of. You are looking at the statue. See, I noticed.
Yeah.
Of Kamon.
Has it ever struck to you how strange it is that this is an entirely different stone structure to all of the other statues?
Well, the statue before it was unfortunately broken, and we had a spot that needed refilling. But you can thank Kazuhiro for that.
Hmm.
What
What
was
would-
here before?
It was a statue of Otorin, but it was very old. It was old and ruined, smashed.
By
Well-
whom?
It was like that when Kamon got here.
I ask, when it was broken, did they? This is going to sound weird. Did they find anything under the previous statue?
No, the base hadn't been moved. Kamon found the statue broken, but left the base as it was, and then it was only. It's the base is still the original base. It's just the statue which is different.
I look to the others and kind of raise an eyebrow as a kind of, should we let him know?
No, maybe not in the moment.
Just, I'm so curious about this whole situation.
What situation is that?
Well, you find an old city,
Yeah.
shine it, polish it up, and move in. It's probably going to take a while before you find out all the nooks and crannies.
Of course, and the undercaverns below have only a small amount have ever been mapped.
There could be secret passageways all over the place.
Certainly.
Are those
This
passageways?
place.
Are those passageways man-made? Or is it natural caverns?
Some of the first, some of the second. There are lots of ancient tunnels, some of which even go back to the Age of Gods.
Oh.
But these days, the deeper you go, the more dangerous it becomes, of course. It's not just the elements, like flash floods and underground ravines and streams and drops and lava, but also monsters. And yes, we try and stay as far away as that as we can.
They ever make it up
If-
towards here?
Yeah.
Once or twice, some creatures, but it usually affects the people who are mining if they accidentally stumble across something that they shouldn't.
Hmm.
But it's very rare indeed. We only had a handful of deaths in our time having resettled here.
What can you tell us about Kazuhiro? Your opinion on the man. You're a member of the Tribe of Clarity.
He's very honourable and very hot-headed. He doesn't like to concede anything. He always likes to be seen as the winner. It's very difficult to get him to do a favour for you without expecting one in return.
So not shifty in any way.
Well, I suppose I see him as someone who hopes to play off Kamon's legacy, I suppose. He has tried to turn Kamon into a figure that is almost a king in his own right, even though he was just the person who reunited us, of course. Of course, the tribe of Aeon historically voted against him becoming the High King again, which is why the council has not yet decided on.
He's been trying to become king.
Kamon, yes, not Kazuhiro. The rest of the tribes were on board with it. But Kamon unfortunately didn't get the final vote.
Who vote? So that would be Iron who voted against him.
Mm-hmm.
I imagine Kazuhiro has a bit of a grudge for that. He's been trying to sell Kamon as some kind of savior figure.
Well, it was Eruthros who voted against Kamon originally, the old man. And but unfortunately, he's now since passed away. Sorry to hear that.
Yeah.
But yes, the tribe of Kishi see themselves, I think, as the spiritual successors to Otorin's rule. But most of the council seem happy enough and content enough to just let things be as they are.
What would you say would happen if they did succeed in this and hypothetically led the Azira?
Well, I suppose it'd be a lot. It would be very different. Each of the tribes sort of currently cancel the worst qualities of the others out. It's an unchecked tribe of Kishi. Who knows? We could be at war. We could be fighting each other. Who knows what they'd like to do? You'll be able to see them at the honor pits, by the way. That's where they tend to congregate. Well, he puts his hands together and bows and says, "I must be off somewhere, but it is good to see you all again, and I hope that you enjoy your stay at the city."
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, cheers.
He thanks off. Nyx whispers in your ears and says, "There is definitely something under there," pointing to the statue again.
Can you see what it is?
I can't really see. There's some sort of enchanted stone door below it, but I can't. Maybe a staircase. I can't really glean any other information. But he said it was the original base, so the statue hadn't been moved either. Potentially, no one knows what's down there.
Is this place during night well protected and guarded?
Oh,
As-
It seems to be. Yeah, it definitely seems to be.
But like at night as well, do you think it would be?
Oh, the palace. This is like, yeah. I mean, it'd be quite hard to get into the palace without being noticed, but it might be possible.
I have one idea. Maybe these honor pits. I remember when I was having my little duel. It attracted most of the attention of the whole of the community. I imagine a similar thing would happen here, perhaps if some of us were to be involved in setting up some kind of thing at the honor pit. It could leave somebody else a moment to do something here.
a non-human fighting the tribe of Kishi in the honor pit. I mean, not a non-human, a non-zero fighting the tribe of Kishi in the honor pits would attract quite the crowd.
Turns to Calcifer.
Yeah.
Give it a try. Sounds like fun.
Henning, you used to be good with bombs. Do you still have any left?
Possibly if we picked any up.
I mean, I'd actually do still have 91 of those kegs.
Please don't blow up the secret city.
No, I have none left, so your best bet would be Calcifer's bombs.
Just one bomb.
Need to keep
That's
do need to actually keep track of when they're gonna expand, because that could be a problem. But we've got a little while yet, I think.
They immediately expand.
Maybe an explosion is too loud, but I cannot think of another thing to move it. How big is the statue, by the way? Like, is it big or like?
It's maybe like 10 feet tall.
Okay. Could we like just push it?
The
bolted
base
down.
is bolted down, so
Yeah, you did say.
it will require some force of will to move.
Well, if the house was in the pit, then I think unless we have a ways to quiet a bomb. I think a bomb might suffice. It's quite a heavy-handed side to hide it, though, and I imagine everyone would hear.
It's also a little more. Might make more enemies by blowing up the statue.
What's directly above the statue?
Just like a vaulted ceiling.
Is it
Maybe,
rocky?
maybe
Yeah, it's a stone ceiling.
Could we just, there was a cave in. Oops.
Well, there is an upper floor to the palace.
Maybe.
So, like, yeah, you would be down here. This is where the statue is, and then there's like stuff up here as well. So, yeah, there could be a cave in, but it would like destroy. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not. I'm not
Also,
huge.
a cave in would make it even harder to get to whatever's under the statue.
Yeah, I'm not
Maybe
huge
if
on the
you
whole.
I'm just throwing ideas out. This is why we do it. So we can
Maybe
tell them they suck.
before we do anything illegal, we should perhaps talk to my father about what Nyx has found.
Yeah.
Maybe he would have a legitimate way of accessing what is under the statue.
Yeah. Plus, if we were going to try and just force our way in, and Casper just pulls out a crowbar, probably the first course of action, not the bombs.
Just throwing ideas.
It's a bit scary where your mind goes to sometimes, Gaskis.
Look, I have fire coursing through my mind all the time.
Was it you that set fire to that great big tree?
Not at the time. At the time, I was not. It was more recent, as you know. Let's speak to his father then.
You return to Kafos.
I think so.
All right. So returning back to the slums, Kafos is working quietly in his office, just kind of looking at a bunch of maps of the caverns below. And he looks up as you enter. Greetings. What did you have a think? A talk?
Yeah. It did lead us to somewhere else. And is Nyx out, or...
Nyx appears. Oh, hello again. He says to Nyx. Nyx says, hi. Kafos says, you, if I remember correctly, you had just gotten your memories back when we first met. Nyx says, yes, that's right. There's some awkward sort of talking between them.
Yeah, Nyx found something. You may be looking in the wrong place. Possibly.
What do you mean?
Nyx went inside the statue of Kamon. Don't worry. She wasn't physical, didn't cause any damage. I hope.
And what did she find?
There's a manhole cover within it. Well, underneath it.
What, to a tunnel below?
Possibly, yeah.
Hmm. Well, it's something I could speak to the council about, but I suspect that they'll poo-poo it. The
Actually,
tribe of Kishi will tend to vote against anything, and we need a unanimous vote to do anything in the palace.
what would you recommend then?
I don't know. But again, I think there's still a lot to be discovered about the palace. It could be anything. A little tunnel. It could be a little... it could go to the sewers for all we know. Who knows what it's for?
Could just be a way of working on the some inscription on the underside or something.
Is it not a bit suspicious though that this tunnel was well, it looks like it hasn't been moved for quite some time, and if a statue was destroyed there 50 years ago, it is a bit odd, no, that they just built on top of it again. Presumably somebody would have noticed.
Well, if the theory is right, no one has had a chance. Potentially Kamon might have discovered it below, but he never mentioned it. It used to have a statue of Otorin there.
He did.
I'm still pretty sure that the Otorin's treasure will be found in the other city, though. Which according to my notes, I think I have an idea of where to start looking. It's quite a trek. We'll be underground for a while if you decide to come.
Would you come with us?
Well, I was planning on going originally. It was to be my expedition to start with. So
I do think we should go.
you've really done a lot for our people, though.
If the rest of you want to go, you can go. But I'm going to have to help my father here. This is important.
Nah. Ain't gonna split up. Don't be silly.
Well, if you're keen on coming, then we can try and set the expedition up soon. I can try and get enough council votes to sanction it, or we can go secretly.
I think
Either way.
I think secretly is the best option. Kaisu mentioned a potential way through that didn't involve the gate.
Kaisu,
He was eavesdropping.
that blasted boy, he'll end up bringing the entire council on us if we're not careful.
He wanted to come. We told him no.
Yes, right answer.
He
It's much too dangerous below the city.
Yes. I say, looking directly at Henning. But we may want to keep an eye on him in case he wants to follow us anyway.
So did you say there was an alternative way in the mines?
Yes.
That leads. He looks at his map and he says, "That would lead to the underground river. It takes us lower into the under depths."
We would need a boat.
Very There's not a dock there. It'd be very difficult to bring a boat down into the mines. Do any of you have anything that could help?
A bag of holding?
I might be able to create something.
We don't we still have the shrinking
Hang on.
device?
Let me just take a look in my bag. And he's going to go into the bag of holding and withdraw a feather token for a swan boat.
I was just thinking that as well.
Yeah.
I also have the water breathing spell, which I just put in the chat.
Yeah, this feather can be activated only when tossed into a large body of water, such as a lake or broad river. It transforms into a swan-shaped boat capable of carrying up to 32 medium creatures.
Yeah, it's massive.
Oh shit!
It's big. That's why
Nice.
Otorin's used it.
Well, he says that that would definitely be handy. Yes, and we will be able to bring enough stuff for the expedition as well.
Mm.
Oh, that's fantastic.
We don't need a
I have
ship
some-
from Kunaban anymore. We just have this.
I have some maps and some ancient texts, which will hopefully be able to help us locate the city a bit better. But by all accounts, it's deep under the earth. We'll have to bring enough resources to not have to worry about scavenging, and enough torches as well. So if we maybe think about going down in a day or two, it'll give you time to get ready for bring you anything that you might need.
Right.
To me.
Might want some kind of a perpetual light source.
Well, I will speak to Bakuni. He will be able to help us out with maybe a couple more people in the expedition, but other than that, just come return to me when you're ready to go then. How about that?
Sounds good.
Sure.
Very well. He goes back to his work, preparing the expedition then. Should we take a break here?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sounds good.
Cool.
Alright.
Yeah, I need to pee. We'll be back soon.
Okay, see you in a bit.
Thanks for playing for now. We'll be back in a bit.
Hello, welcome back. So just before the break, the party had arrived in the city of Kakarot, where they learned that there is an underground city potentially a few days' walk away, according to Kafos, Siren's dad. So you're getting ready to go down there into the Underdark. So prepare yourself. So as long as you've got torches and whatever else you might need, you have time to do that.
Yeah, so a torch lasts, I think, not very long.
Yeah, it
We
lasts
do
for an
have-
hour.
Okay, so we need, in theory, like 16 a day each.
I mean, I
Yeah.
don't need any. I'm fine.
I have dancing lights.
Do we need night vision or sorry? What type of vision would suffice?
Well, some places are going to be darker than others, so it's not necessarily going to always need a torch out, but there may be like long stretches of time where you do. So anything, so low light, so low, like dim light, you get basically loads of negatives to your perception. So it's a lot harder to see things. But obviously, having all your torches out, having full light around you, that's good. But also, you can be seen coming from miles away as well. So you might attract things. So that's another thing.
Yeah, I've got dancing lights, so I don't think we need any torches.
If there's some
Well, that'd be
alchemists around, we could potentially buy some elixirs of dark vision.
Oh yeah.
Would they sell them?
good.
Or a trade
Yeah.
slash bargain slash whatever.
Azira, I've come to bargain.
So potions of dark vision.
Elixirs
Yeah,
of
make me
dark.
a diplomacy check.
Yeah, dark vision elixir. I think if we can get greater ones,
Why would they need it if they all have dark vision?
but not everyone does have it, right? Wait,
No, why
is there anyone of us that? Oh, why would they make them?
Yeah,
That is
they
a
don't
fair
go
point.
outside of the den.
For all those visitors that are, oh,
Yeah.
What did you
And
get
that's-
on your check?
oh, I haven't rolled.
Oh yeah, so diplomacy check.
30.
All right. So sort of exploring around, you do find a. Oh, I should put the music back on. Shouldn't I? All right. So you do find someone selling potions. And asking about potions for dark vision, they seem a bit confused. But when you explain it to them, they go, "Oh, yes, we can make that for you."
Nice. What would they like?
What is it called? Just a potion of dark vision.
I think it's elixir of dark vision. There might also be a potion.
I would also like
Oh,
to
yeah.
just add that I claimed the feather token for the swan boat, which is why it's not in the bag of holding.
All right.
you
So
pick now.
the duration is an
That's done
hour.
now.
So they're basically equivalent to torches.
Well, the level 8 one.
The moderate ones. Oh, if you want the greater ones, it's gonna it'll probably just cost you gold. So
Okay.
however much the gold
We
price
we
is
have
for
gold.
however many.
Do they take off?
Yes. I guess
Yeah, they'll
gold
take
is
gold.
still useful, right? Because it's actually
Yeah,
like milk
because they
down.
occasionally trade with the elves, but they do it in disguise as elves.
Hmm.
So they'll like go down from the mountain and then go into the town nearby.
All right. So the greater dark vision elixirs are 90 GP each. So take as many as you wish.
How long do they last?
24 hours.
24
So
hours.
if we bought like 7 each, I mean that may be a bit of a very costly choice, but
Yeah, but
We can afford it.
got quite a lot of money.
yeah, well hopefully we'll get some money
I
from
don't
it.
need to buy any.
So sorry, so what condition does this give us?
It gives you dark vision, so you can just see in the dark, but in
I
black
have
and white.
loaded that vision already.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just thinking if
Greater dark vision is just you can see in color.
okay.
And also you can see through magical darkness.
Oh, and magical.
Yeah. How much were they? Sorry.
90 gold
gold
each.
pieces each.
Okay, well, I'll buy 7.
So I've got low light vision, but that's about it. Okay, I'll get some.
I'm just gonna use my lights.
I'm gonna buy some.
Problem with
What?
using your lights
You have to
is
sustain
if
them.
something else uses sight, they might detect us easily.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
If we can
Alright.
travel without anyone having lights, then that would be ideal. And we do have the candle cap as well. If for some
Okay,
reason
I will
you do
buy
need
some.
light.
Oh crikey, is what's his
Oh,
name? Yeah, to
Hank.
come with us. Not Kmon. What's his name?
Hey,
Ah,
boss.
Kathos. Yes.
Yeah, he's got
Kathos.
dark vision though.
Okay.
Hank only has low light vision.
Wait, why does Dad have dark vision?
I guess I'll buy
Huh?
some for Hank.
He has dark vision.
Yeah, why though?
Don't know.
I'm deeply concerned.
Sorry, who has dark vision?
Dad does.
Well, he does or doesn't?
He has dark vision, yeah.
Don't you?
Yeah, but like that's because I'm a shadow dancer.
But Azira do as well, right?
Don't think
Just
so.
generally? Didn't we just go through a whole thing about how the Azira were confused about what a dark vision potion even is? Because they
Oh,
can see in the dark.
I have low light
Or am
vision.
I,
Is that just regular?
like-
Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Just excited.
Low light vision is that you can see in. Is it that dark becomes dim light to you?
Oh, okay. So I still need the things.
So dim, yeah, so in dim light things are concealed unless you have dark vision or low light.
So should I just get the
Sorry.
Should I just get the regular dark vision elixir instead of the greater?
I think greater ends up being more
Okay.
efficient
I
because
suppose
we're
it
going to be
doesn't
there for a
matter that
while.
much. We've got loads of money.
Yeah, I'm going to buy 7 of them for Hank because he only has low light.
Yeah, the Kitsune naturally just have low light, not dark vision.
Oh, it's low light vision.
Oh,
then.
right. So they would know what it is.
Yeah, the person who was just making the potions was blind, so didn't quite understand what you meant.
Why are we trusting this person to make the potions?
As she hands them over, she says, "Well, how do you think I went blind?"
Oh no!
Oh.
There's an elixir of dark vision. It makes your vision go dark.
Yeah, fair. Unfortunately, yes, it was the wrong kind of dark vision. Okay. So,
I
Kitsune
would like
can
to
log on.
buy some food.
Sure, but did you want to go back to the sort of street food around the map?
Yeah, I would like to get some food for now, and also for the adventure.
Mhm. You can buy
so-
rations as normal.
Yeah,
They come in
okay.
little bento boxes. It's just like
Aw.
just rice.
Have I managed to
and
make any
dried meat.
food? Have I managed to make any food with my hex sweep yet?
Make an Arcana check.
Okay. 25.
Just bear with me.
Matt.
Wham wham. 25. So you begin to focus and just try and create some of the flour that you're familiar with. After Vance's sort of talking to you and sort of you've been practicing in the background for a bit, and this time as you focus, your hand waves over the kitchen counter, and little bits of grain start to sprout out of your palm and sort of begin to collect on the kitchen top. Eventually, you create like a small little like pile of flour. Seems to be like a very fine flour. With a hex weave in your hand, yeah, you seem to be able to make a pretty, reasonable amount of food.
Okay, nice. It's good to know if we get stuck.
Yeah.
I guess I'll try and trade this skin flour.
This is your This is your callus.
Call it that again.
Sorry, she's selling her hex weaved food.
No, I'm trading it for some other food to be like, ooh, we're elves. Look at our fancy body
Okay.
flour.
Dandruff.
Stop it.
Yeah. They seem a bit confused because they're eating real food that they've grown.
How have they grown it? I'm confused.
Well, it's not necessarily that they've grown it, but they do trade with the elves, so they do sort of like get like hunted stuff, and they sort of forage on the way back, and they do bring fresh stuff into here. But on some terraces further up the city, you notice that they do grow things where they can get sunlight.
Unlike the elves, we're not afraid of a hard day's work. Am I right?
But yeah, okay, so you can buy some rations.
Okay.
As many as you want.
Yeah.
There's no problem.
100,000 rations.
Yeah, you probably you if you bought a few bags of it, you'll be able to feed everyone on the expedition.
Okay, great. And then I would just like some regular food. Also, what you said that they were wood carving? Is that right?
Yeah.
Maybe it wasn't offhand comment at the start. I think you said that. I would like to go and see what they are wood carving.
Yeah, the artisans, they're sort of making potteries, they're painted vases, glass blowing, and intricate woodwork.
I would love a little woodwork guy. Or a flute. Are they selling flutes?
Yeah, you see a little artisan sort of sitting with a knife in his hand, whittling away at the wood. He's creating a cool little, I guess sort of flute, piccolo looking instrument. Maybe like a recorder. He's putting a lot of work into it. It's like flowing, and it's almost got almost like a leaf texture engraved into it.
Wow, what a beautiful flute you're making.
Mm-hmm. It takes a lot of time.
Is it for sale?
This one? No. But I can show you the others.
Yes, please.
What sort of thing would you like? He's
He's
sort of like an older Azira. He's got like kind of greyish ginger fur. And he's got a green kimono on. He pushes open the door and lets you into his workshop, where there's a whole bunch of different instruments, kind of lutes and flutes, and like kind of violin kind of instruments, some sort of fiddle kind of thing. He goes over to a little glass counter where he takes out a flute that's in the shape of a dragon, like a long, almost like Chinese kind of style dragon, that coils itself all the way around the flute. This one I finished not that long ago. He hands it over.
Where did you get the inspiration for this? A mighty dragon.
It is something I once saw as a child, floating through the mountaintops.
Wow, what color was it?
It was golden.
Oh, that sounds
It
beautiful.
seemed to move with the clouds.
Yes. Wonderful. Okay. About this purchase, I have recently become a poet, and I would like an instrument that could be used alongside my poetry, because obviously I need my mouth to speak the poetry. However, I could always have a small musical interlude between the speaking to break the sections up. So, something that I can play maybe just with my hands would probably actually be better than a flute.
Ooh, I know the perfect thing.
Yeah.
He goes behind the counter and takes out a lyre. That has kind of like vines like wrapped around it, carved and engraved into it. The leaves on the vines are almost, they actually look like they're sprouting somehow, like maybe some magic has been involved in the creation of this thing. And he gives it a little strum. It seems to be in tune and have the sound carries quite far. It's very masterfully crafted, and there seems to be a magical component to it somehow.
Yeah. Can I try and identify it?
Sure, make an Arcana check for me.
Uh, 20.
20. This seems to have the properties of a magic wand.
Ooh, gimme. How much? I don't say that. How, what would you like for this wonderful piece of equipment, which I will definitely put to good use?
It is a magic wand 5th rank spell. So it will
Is that level 3
it will
or
cost you 1,500 gold pieces. That's level 5 spell.
okay.
So that's 1,500. You can put whatever spell you like in there, but yes, it might be better for the if it has something to do with the music. I don't know. Any spell you like.
Okay. Is it level 5 spell, or is it the item is level 5?
No, it's a level 5 spell it has in it. So it's a level 11 item.
Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'll take it. But wait. Hold on. If I perform you my great Iliad, will you maybe and then give me a discount because you'll be so inspired by the great music I can play. Also, is this Elven anyway?
Make it a diplomacy check.
I do have a thing for this as well. Let me just find it. It's to do with making ridiculous requests of people. Shameless request. It reduces the check by 2.
Right.
And you can't get critical failure.
He says, to be honest, I will give you a discount if you don't read me your poetry.
Fucking rude.
Okay.
He says, I could do this for 1,250 gold pieces. That's the lowest I can go. But I heard that you defeated that witch.
Oh yeah,
So
that was us.
thank you. I
Oh,
thank you for that.
no.
My family were involved in
Discount,
that
question mark?
group. So yeah, 1250 is the price he wants.
I will accept.
All right, so it's a 5th level spell.
Great.
I love how you got so much money. It just
I know. I need to actually put it in my. I haven't actually put it in my inventory though, because I've been keeping track on the notes with it. But I need to just put it in there. Because I didn't imagine we actually had it all with us all at one time.
Yeah, I don't want to fuss too much about how the money
Okay.
logistics
Okay.
work.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's basically if it's less than like 20, 30k, it's free.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I like the Call of Cthulhu
Money per day.
money
type
system.
stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like if it's basically negligible cost like getting a coffee, then it's not going to lower your wealth, and you don't have to worry about it. If it's like you're going to buy a boat, then yeah, you're a bit poorer now. All right. So, what else did y'all want to do? You've picked up the wand or the lyre, the magic lyre.
So I would like to purchase a couple of formulas
Okay.
for some later crafting onto existing items.
What stuff?
So I'd like a flaming rune to do Cascus's weapons, and also a size changing armor rune.
Okay. Is that greater flame? Is that or the regular one?
I think
or
just regular, because the greater one is
yeah. Oh yeah.
level 15.
Yeah. Okay.
Assuming you still want that, Matt.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
I
then.
think I'd put in the. But
That's fine. Yeah, you can find.
Yeah. So on the size changing rune, I think it's wrong on Archives Nethers because it's down as item 0, despite being 350 gold, and very clearly not being a like level 0 thing. So I think it's like more like level 7, judging by the cost.
Sorry, just to clarify, this is the flaming runes, yeah, that we discussed previously.
The flaming rune that I was going to buy as well. So that's just that's just like 25 gold for the formula, but
Yeah, because both enlarge and shrink are level 2 spells.
yeah, so it would be weird for that to be a level 0, and also a level 0 item being 350 gold is weird. But yeah, looking down the table, I think it's about level 7.
Yeah, because rules is written,
Community.
it would be like, yeah, you could have it at level 1, but there's no way you'd ever be able to afford it. So
Yeah. So are we treating it as 0 or like 7?
let's treat it as 7, I guess.
Cool. I can still auto succeed on the craft, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine. I figured as much.
Cool, thank you.
Henning, is there anything you want to like grab before you go down into the Underdark?
No, I got my poo. I got me dark vision potion.
Got your poo?
Well, okay, that's kind of funny between me and Mike as an inside joke, but no, we're all good to go.
Interesting.
Yeah. Oh, we shan't explain. It's fine. We'll carry on. So yeah, let's say that Alex got a bit too personal about what Henning gets up to. Yeah. So this just completely distracts me now. Where are we? You're okay. So any last bits? Any last things to grab?
I think so.
Okay, well, I think that's probably taking you the rest of the day. So it's sort of midnight-ish at this point, so it's technically the next day, but you can get some rest whenever. If you just wanted to sit and chat, it's your choice.
Yeah, we could.
I'd like to talk to Dad.
All right. As you return back to Kaphos's house, you grab him before he heads off to bed. He says, Oros, how are you doing?
Trouble.
Troubled?
This notion of looking for this artifact.
Yes.
Even if we found it.
Hello. Did you
Yeah.
cut out?
Sorry. What would happen if we found it? I think my internet's dropping a bit.
Oh, it might have been me. What happened if we found it? Well, I suppose that it would give the Azera the chance to come together and to lift the influence of the council.
I mean, in regards to High Kings or whatever.
Well, my personal opinion is that the council will I suppose I haven't really thought about that. Just been so focused on finding it for the sake of the Azera.
Just. What if you find it and they insist you're the king now?
I doubt that'll happen. The council will have some reason to call off their previous word. I'm not fussed. I think that having the sword will be a good moment for our people to reunify. Once we have it, then hopefully they can start looking outwards rather than inwards. Especially if we find the old city. I mean, goodness. Think of all the treasures that could be there.
What if they've already found it?
Who?
The Kishi.
Found the sword or the city?
Either.
I'm sure we wouldn't have heard the end of it if it was the sword.
That manhole cover's really irritating me.
Well, I did speak to the council about not necessarily making it super obvious that that's what was going on down there, but I did ask if there was any maps of the palace made. And I did have a look, and there doesn't seem to be any record of anything under that statue. I'm not sure if Nyx was right.
Nyx was right.
Well, either way, the council won't allow anything to happen to it.
It wasn't tough.
What's that?
No, just I was sorry. I was just being silly.
Fair enough.
Was there a big? Sorry, are we there?
Yeah, you can be there.
Okay. Was there a big gap under the statue?
In the maps.
No. Did Nyx see a big gap under the statue, like a person could fit into?
Nick says, I saw it. I suppose it's about person sized. You could climb
through it, but there's like a sort of manhole cover, so you'd have to get rid of the stone above, and then it would open up to whatever's below. It's maybe a ladder or some steps. Kafos says, on the maps there is some underground caverns that have been partially mapped out below the palace, but there doesn't seem to be anything where the statue is, at least.
Okay.
It seems
Well,
to be nothing but hard rock below there.
would you like me to have a look? And then I could leave an eye there, and we could have a look for a bit. See maybe if there's any movement.
Movement where? On the statue.
Underneath the statue.
How would we get it there?
I would just put it there.
No, we would need to move the statue first.
Well, couldn't I dimension door underneath it? How? Wait, because it's hollow, so surely I'd be able to get through. I mean, if it was like if it wasn't hollow, then maybe not. Or is it just hollow underneath the statue?
Well, there's no evidence that it's necessarily hollow, other than the fact that there's like a covering over what seems to be, I guess, a tunnel of some sort.
Right. Okay.
So yeah, you don't. I mean, you could try it. Nick says, I tried to get through, but the cover was, I mean, it was sort of magically enhanced somehow. I'm not sure whether the dimension door would work, but you could give it a try.
No, I think I'm worried that I might not be able to come back.
Plus, with dimension door, you need to be able to either see it or have been there before.
No, you need to know its relative location.
So at 5th level, the range increases 1 mile. You don't need to be able to see your destination as long as you have been there.
Oh, you have to have been there in the past. I read it. Whoa.
No, it's
yeah, okay.
multiplication, yeah.
Okay, well, we can't do that then.
Teleport?
No. That is not accurate enough.
Anyway, 1%, right?
Otherwise...
Right,
yeah.
An insistent door knocker can just create a hole that we can walk through, I think.
How much can that get through?
The insistent door knocker.
It's disintegrating.
Yeah, nice.
We've been through this with the bombs.
I have flesh to stone, but I don't have stone to flesh. We could just turn the statue to flesh.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
He's back!
That'd be so creepy.
Would that turn the base he's on?
Turn any bit of sentient with some.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately the door knocker only goes through 1 foot of material.
Yeah, he says the best way would be to remove the statue on the base.
A little hard to do without notice.
I suppose we could wait until we're back and then see what happens.
Yeah.
I mean, if we've got the sword, then
You think it's magical?
we've got to have authority, right?
Perhaps. Well, go on.
So, if it's magic, I could try and dispel the magic.
I suppose no one's probably tried to do that before.
Great.
And there's still the question about the statue.
Yeah. Okay, I would like to detect magic. Please.
On the
first.
statue.
Yeah, around the statue. I think it's about.
I thought we were
pulse
back in the
magic.
house.
Yeah, it's like midnight. It's like midnight. At the
Oh,
moment.
I'll do it tomorrow.
Okay, you can do it tomorrow. Is there anything you want else anyone wanted to do before sleep?
Nope.
An error. Don't suppose you could prep that dragon thing?
Oh, yeah, but we won't have teleport. Just so you know. We've coped with it without it for a long time, so. Which one?
Yeah.
Dragon form. Oh, that's the only one I've got. I didn't manage to learn the 5th level
Well,
one.
that one will do then. As long as you can do some kind of dragon breath, I think we should be alright.
Cool. Do you want to do it now?
No, I mean, I think the mines are like on the way, right? Ish.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it en route.
Okay. So you've all gone to sleep. It's quite chill, actually. Quite relaxing, even though the bedrolls are very thin, and you're basically sleeping on a stone floor. It's not too cold. It's not too warm. And people around are generally quite quiet, which is good. They're very stealthy, unsurprising. You wake up the next day, and you notice that Kaphos is out, presumably setting up the last little bits for the expedition. You see, you see Kaisu approach, just sort of watching you from a distance as you all sort of gapping about.
Does he look like he's trying to hide from us? Sorry.
He's just watching.
He's just watching. I'm gonna.
He looks like he's in a bit of a strut.
I point at my eyes, and then at him, and then with my eyes again.
He sort of is just playing with a stick in his hand, sort of peeling the bark away, and looks at you, and sort of notices you staring at him, and he sort of looks down and doesn't meet your eye.
I'm gonna go up to him.
Okay. You approach, and he's sort of sitting on a wall nearby, just watching over the road. And you go stand next to him, and then I guess take a seat on the wall beside him.
Yeah. What's up?
Nothing. I'm just watching.
Uh-huh. And I'm the Padron.
I'm
What's
just
up?
watching. I just wanted to come, that's all.
I know.
Just wanted to, find something to do in this place. But yeah. But you saved me last time, and I don't want you to do that again. Or have to do that again.
I don't want to bore you. You're a good kid. And the things we have to do aren't good.
But they look fun.
I know they look fun. I thought they would be fun. But do you know how many times I've almost died? Me. I'm a lot tougher than you are. Do you understand how many times Calcifer's almost died? A lot less than me, obviously. But he's the toughest out of all of us.
But that's how you get better. If you fight and do things.
That is how you get better. Yes. But we had more time to train.
Yeah, I know. I know. I'm not gonna follow. Just
Okay.
I'll find something to do. He sort of hops off the wall.
he gives you a little wrapped gift of some sort, like a little. What does he a little box of some sort wrapped up in paper? That's for you.
I'm gonna have a look in it.
He opens it up. You open it up. It's a little hand carved box, and inside is a little tiny bit of I guess just like a little bit of rock from the cavern, but it's shiny. It's got like a bit of mithril in it, I guess, like it's almost shiny blue metal. Ore.
Thank you.
You look back up, and Kaisu's skipping away, walking back up to the market.
You hear a voice from the stone saying, "You can do it."
You just hear Cadell's voice.
Yeah.
You can do it.
What a
Still
good
not over the fucking stone.
So eventually Kaphos comes back. He has a couple of a tribe of Aeon black kimonoed Zero with him, a bit younger. One is a woman who seems who introduces herself as Rora. And then there's a man called Sato. They bow. So no, Sato. Sorry. Sato kind of looks. He's got like black fur. He's maybe about 5'5". Medium kind of build. He's got a couple of knives on his belt, and then like ropes and stuff for the expedition. And Rora, she's maybe 5'7", a bit taller. And she's got a couple of like sticks on her back that I guess she's gonna be using for fighting potentially. Good to meet you.
Me too.
All right.
What colour?
Kaphos says
What gear is she wearing? As in,
they're wearing like just black kind of kimonos, but
Okay.
practical, wearing like sort of high wrapped boots, that like have bits of leather on them. You know, just to keep themselves dry. Their socks tucked in.
You guys are right in the dark.
We'll be fine. We've got protection.
Good to hear.
It can get rather uncomfortable down there. Hope you aren't afraid of narrow passages.
Oh no.
Oh god. I am in fact afraid of narrow passages.
I wouldn't say afraid so much as well, and he just gestures broadly to himself.
Kaphos says, right, well, I got instructions from Kaisu where down in the mines are, so we'll head over there now. Has everyone got everything they need?
I've just done a quick
Yeah.
scan of my thing. Yeah, I got rations. I got bits and bobs. Lights should be fine.
Oh, sorry. Does it have a spell on it already? And I choose that out of game, or do I have to put a spell on it?
You can prepare it. But I think it's maybe one of your spell slots into it, and like you
Okay,
basically
I'll
cast a
just-
spell into it for the day, but then it stays on there until you use it.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I'll double check after the game.
That's fine. That's cool. So yeah. So eventually, everyone gathers their things, and you start walking towards the mines.
So you end up walking past the Kakarot barracks, which is further through the palace. A few people look at you, sort of wondering what you're doing, because you're obviously going out somewhere. But most people don't really care that much. But you continue on through until Cyan, you feel a bump. And you look up and you see a red kimono. Having walked into you as you're passing, you see Tenzing, the guard who was a bit mean on the way in, saying, Tribe of Aeon heading towards the mines. What's going on here?
I look to Dad.
And Kfor says, it's none of your business. We're on our own business. Are we not free to travel where we wish? And Tenzing says, if yes, and I'll be free to follow, so carry on. He sort of Tenzing nods to a couple of the other guards that are people that are around in red kimonos, and they nod and sort of like stretch a little bit, saying like they're just going to follow you around. Kfor goes, you can do what you want. Come on, all of you. We have authority to do this if we want. Council can't stop us from freely examining our rightful territory. So you continue on. You see Tenzing sort of following maybe 20 feet back or so. And as you round a corner, heading towards the main parts of the mines, as you go lower and lower, you see Kfor grab Cyan's hand in front of you and says, "Come on, let's run!" And he starts sprinting as he rounds the corner, hopefully to get a bit of an advantage off the others following.
Before the guards can follow, I'd like to throw out a... No, I won't. It's fine. Ignore me.
Okay. So let's finish off there, and we'll have a bit of a chase, I guess, next session.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thank you very much for running.
Thanks for playing. Welcome
Thanks for
to
running.
Kakarot. Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
See you next week. Comment below what tribe you'd be in.
One fan. Please comment below.
We're gonna have a vote.
There might be a prize.
All right. See you next week.
There won't be a prize. See you later.